Welcome to the second in the series of Soccer Dad videos. In the first video we saw how to set up your teams within Soccer Dad, and we started with the Blue Sharks. What I've done is actually finished off this team with a complete roster of players. The kids with the blue shirts are ones that I don't have photographs for, but we can always do that later. What I wanted to concentrate on in this video is starting to set up your schedule, particularly talking about how you set up the practices for a season. So I don't have any events scheduled right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign, and I'm going to set up a practice. And the team that I'm going to do this for is my Blue Sharks. And finally here I'm going to actually set up the dates on which my practices are going to occur. It's the Blue Sharks practice, and if you remember, my season starts in September. And my practices for the Blue Sharks are going to be on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Okay. Now what Soccer Dad is doing here is actually linking into the calendar functionality that's on your iPhone. So any events you create here will also be stored in your calendar, and you'll be able to view them when you're looking at all your other appointments. The other neat thing is that it takes advantage of all the built-in calendar functionality. So I can say that if I've got a weekly practice, this event repeats every week. And I can even do things like get it to give me an alert 30 minutes before the practice. Okay. And that's it. All I'm going to do is set this up, and we'll see how we do. Okay, because we knew the start of the season and the end of the season, Soccer Dad has gone ahead and scheduled an event for every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. during our season. And I'm actually coaching 2 teams this season, so I can go ahead and set up my other practice. And this practice is for my Red Fireballs. And these guys, again, they're going to practice once a week, but they're going to do it on a Thursday night. So Thursday, 6 p.m. every week, and I do like to have an alert to remind me of the game or practice. Done. And now you can start to see the color coding that Soccer Dad is doing based on the color that I assigned to the team. So it's a good visual cue that we've got 2 teams having practices here. Now I didn't set up any additional information for practice, so I just want to show you how to do that. I'm going to go into my first practice for the Blue Sharks. I'm going to edit that. The first thing I can do is, if I have volunteers that are going to do a job for me at the practice, I can pick a contact to do that. Anna's going to help me out with a snack. And maybe most importantly, what are the drills that I'm actually going to do at the practice? So an old favourite of mine is, especially for the younger kids, Sharks and Minnows. I can give it a duration so that I can just lay these things out into my hour that I have to practice. And lastly, if you want to, you can actually enter a URL for a website. And this is just a third-party website. There are lots of them out there that you can get free soccer drills from. The nice thing about this now, though, is that I've linked that to my practice. So for things, maybe drills that I'm not as familiar with, I can quickly do a refresher right before the practice happens. if I put multiple items in here, I've just entered a warm-up, then I can do the standard thing. If I have the things in the wrong order, I can actually move them around and get them in the right order. And now if it's right before the practice and I want to just have a look at how to do sharks and minnows, there's my link, and I can see how to set up that drill. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you for this video. It's a very simple way to set up your practices. You can do recurring events, and SoccerDad will figure out where those events should be. Thanks very much, and again, for more information please go to soccerdadapp.com.